Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about my pamphlet again. But today I'm focusing on the ladies between the ages of 40 and up. Okay? But first of all, before I get started, I would like to say that I want to thank the people who actually helped me bring my pamphlet together. Okay? Just helping me get my thoughts into the format that I wanted to put it in so I could get the word out to for women and girls. I actually was feeling these things inside of me, like, and it was just growing stronger and stronger and stronger because it was things that I had been through, and I just needed to get it out on paper. So I had been through them, and it was like all the things that I had learned, and it was like all of a sudden like a light bulb. And so like a light bulb moment. And at that moment I just sat down um at a desk. I was actually on my job, but I sat down at work and I just started to write. Okay. I just started to write how I feel, what I was feeling, and what I had been through, but in a short, like a little short story, kind of. And when I was finished, I picked it up, I read it, and I thought that I had really put something important and powerful on that piece of paper that I want to share with women and girls. So that's why I'm here and that's what I'm doing. So I do want to first thank the people that helped me turn it from my thoughts to paper to pamphlet. All right. So I just want to thank the people for helping me do that. And they know who they are. Okay. And the second thing I want to say before I get started is I'm not here trying to judge anybody. I'm just here to try to help women, redirect women from making the same mistakes that I made. I made a lot of mistakes as I was growing and learning, and oh my God, I can't even start to say how many mistakes that I made. But I feel like one of the biggest mistakes that I was making was having sex before marriage. Okay? So that's what I'm here to talk about today, and just try to help women to stop doing it. So my pamphlet is actually here. I'm going to show you. This is my pamphlet that I created. Okay. Sex before marriage. Don't do it. Save your body. It's for your good. And make other people respect your decision to wait. Okay? So that's what my pamphlet, and in the inside, it actually looks like this. It's broken down into 3 different age groups. All right, ages 16 through 25, 26 through 39, and then 40 and up. All right, and then on the inside flap right here, I'm just giving some information that I think that we all women need to know. All right, and then on the outside, on the back side flap, I actually just wrote about like what got me here today, and then 3 reasons why not to have sex before marriage. Okay, so this is my pamphlet, and this is how I created it. All right, so and it's for women, and but today I'm just focusing on the ladies between 40 and up. I did make a video for girls between 16 through 25, well, girls and young women. And then the middle-aged women between 26 and 39, I also did a video for them. But what I want to say is all these videos actually go together, because this pamphlet that I made, it's a flow. The 16 through 25 can learn from the 26 to 39 video. The 26 to 39 video can actually go back and learn something from the 16 through 25 video. The 26 to 39 can learn from 40 and up. 40 and up could go back and watch those videos. All those videos actually go and flow together. The only reason why I broke it up is because I don't want to overwhelm anybody. And I know if a person makes a video too long, then people start losing focus or their attention. And so therefore, I just broke it down. But it doesn't mean like this video is only for the 40 and up women. Okay? But that's who I'm focusing on. All right? So let's get started. All right? So I'm going to read the inside of the pamphlet for the ages of 40 and up. Okay? That's what I'm focusing on today. If you want to hear the other videos, they have very important information in them. And I broke down their side the same like I'm doing right now. So if you want to hear that, you could go back. All right, so here's the age 40 and up. Most likely, we've already experienced so much physical, mental, and definitely sexual. Some of us have gone through marriage and divorce. But we've grown now, become wiser, stronger, and more aware and focused. Teach the younger generation to remain pure until marriage. Teach them from your mistakes. To love themselves is the greatest love of all. All right? So the first thing I want to address here is, ladies, we've been through a lot. All right? I am in the 40 and up age group. Okay, so first of all, my name is Portia. All right, my name is Portia. I'm 52 years old. I have 7 children. I have been married and divorced. So been there, done that. And that's how and why I am here today to try to help and redirect girls and women. All right. So, like I said, the ladies between ages 40 and up, we've experienced a lot. We've experienced physical abuse, mental abuse, and sexual abuse. And when I say physical, mental, and definitely sexual, I don't necessarily mean abuse, but we've just been through it all. We've been through physical abuse. Some of us have actually experience a man actually striking us and hitting us and punching us and whatever else, choking, as if we are a man. That's physical abuse, and we have endured that as a woman. And then some of us have endured mental abuse. Mental abuse, like just our character just being torn down. Just our thought processing, our belief system, what we believe in, our feelings just being broken down, which is causing our mental state of mind to just be disrupted. So to me, that's mental abuse. And then definitely sexual. Some of us have actually experienced sexual abuse. Actually being touched by someone we did not give permission to touch us. We have daughters that has been touched by people that should not have ever put their hands on them. So that's sexual abuse. And if your daughter have been touched by a man that should have never touched them, that goes back to a woman being mentally abused. Okay? That's mental abuse, to touch a woman's daughter. Okay, now he sexually abused her, but he mentally abused you. Okay, so we've been through that, ladies. Like, we have been through it all, 40 and up. Yeah, we've been there. All right, and some of us have gone through marriage and divorce. Like I just said, I have been married and I have been divorced. Okay, so I'm married and divorced. All right, so and I feel like the marriage that I was in, maybe I should not have ever been there, done that. I should not have. Like, there was no signs leading up to I should be wanting to marry this person. I mean, in the beginning, of course, it's always peaches and cream, and you start out thinking that this is the perfect guy for me. And because it starts out that way, no matter how it turns over, you don't want to acknowledge that. You want to just continue to try to hold on to how it was in the beginning. Okay, so we end up getting married, but of course we end up getting divorced because it never should have happened in the first place. Okay, so and then you have divorce because most of the time we have had sex before we even got married. And that's another reason why we're getting divorced, because we had sex before we got married. So we skipped some steps. All right? But we've grown now. We are wiser, stronger, more aware, and more focused. Thank God. All right? Thank the Lord for growth. Yes. So but because we're wiser, stronger, more aware, more focused, first of all, we are that way now, and we must stay that way. We can't resort back. We can't go back. All right. We gotta stay wiser. Get wiser. Pray for wisdom every day. Pray for God to give you more wisdom, more wisdom. I don't think I can ever have enough wisdom. So I'm praying to God all the time, Lord, just give me wisdom. Okay, because I can't afford to go back and make the same mistakes that I did before. I made too many. All right. And the ones that I did make, it was uncalled for. All right. So I just pray every day for God to give me wisdom. All right. So that's a good prayer to pray for these ladies 40 and up. Okay. And I'm just trying to stay more aware and more focused. So that's what we have to do, ladies. Just try to stay more aware of who we are dating. Okay. Who we are letting into our space. All right. And stay focused and collect some of this data that we need to collect. That's in the video, ages 26 to 39. Go watch it. Yeah, that's actually over here, like the purpose for dating. I talked about that with the ladies between the ages of 26 to 39, if you want to go and watch that video. All right. And so the second thing is to teach the the next thing is to teach the younger generation to remain pure until marriage. Like, we have young girls. My pamphlet had to start out with girls ages 16. Like, my pamphlet had to start out with girls ages 16. And when I thought hard and long about it, it actually could have went a little bit sooner, but I thought that was inappropriate for me to start a pamphlet out with girls that young, because girls that young shouldn't even be thinking about sex. But nowadays it's happening. But for the sake of, Lord help us, and for the sake of this movement right here that I'm working on, this assignment, this movement, whatever you want to call it, I do not want to see a girl before the age of 16 even thinking about sex. But I definitely don't want I want us to start talking to our girls about it. All right. So we have to teach the younger generation to remain pure. Just let them know the importance of that. Like, I don't think that we are teaching our daughters the importance of remaining pure because we either didn't do it, or because we're not doing it, or because we're not being taught to do it. Because in a way, that's how the world is right now. The world is just like a sex pool. It's a sex pool, and it's horrible. So we have to teach our girls. And I have an 11-year-old daughter, and unfortunately I have to teach her this right now, because if I don't, it's a possibility that when she turns age 16 through 25, she may be needing this. And I don't want her to. I want her to already have that in her head, that sex before marriage is out of the question. Okay, like, don't even go there. And you're like, and you probably saying right now in your mind while I'm saying this, why would you even expose her to that? Exposure is good. To me, in order to learn something, sometimes you have to be exposed to it. So like when you're being like hidden from it, then it's a possibility that you won't know. And then when you walk into it, boom, you getting hit all which way, and you had no idea where none of this is coming from. And I don't want her to be blind or foreign to what is going on in this world today. All right. So yes. And then teach them from your mistakes. You have to admit that you made mistakes. You have to admit that. Like, I tell my daughter all the time, listen, this is what I tell my daughter. I tell my daughter, I said, daughter, you're a lucky little girl. Why? Why is my daughter lucky? She's not lucky because I'm in here teaching other women not to have sex before marriage. She's lucky because her mom made so many mistakes that I can teach her not to. Okay? So I can teach her the consequences of all those horrible mistakes that I made. So she won't have to walk in my shoes. She won't have to walk the walk that I had to walk. And if she do have to go through some of those things, at least I can cut some of that. I'm hoping to cut some of that trauma out of there. Okay? So I'm just trying to teach her from my mistakes. All right? And to love themselves is the greatest love of all. All right? So teaching your daughters to love themselves is the greatest love of all. That's what I believe. Because I have learned, and everybody is saying it now in the world, like self-love. It's all about self-love, self-love, self-love. And that's big. I'm not trying to actually get on a self-love train, because I don't pride myself in doing what everybody else does. That's not who I am. All right. But I do believe that it's something in self-love. Okay. To love yourself is the greatest love of all, because when you love yourself, you are very mindful of how you let people treat you. You are very mindful of how you allow other people to treat you, to talk to you, to disrespect you, or to respect you. Okay? So you can't not love yourself and then expect other people to love you. It doesn't even work that way. All right? So and about the greatest love of all, I feel like when a girl or a woman does not love themselves more than anybody, that's the root. It's like a root. It's a root that grows. And it's the root that's causing this sex before marriage problem. Because if you really and if you truly love yourself, you wouldn't have sex before marriage. You wouldn't. And you couldn't. You couldn't even let a man come near you in that way if you love yourself more than anything. Okay? So and I have to say this. I used to hear this. I used to hear this and say, I love me. I love Portia. And I love who I'm dating. I love me and I love them too. And there's nothing wrong with me loving them. But that's what I used to say. I love me, but I love them too. I love them just as much as I love me. But I don't think you can love a person as much as you love you and expect them to respect you the way you want to be. You got to love you more than you love them. You have to. So when you're being treated in a way that you don't want to be treated, or you being talked to in a way that you don't want to be talked to, or you being disrespected in a way that you don't want to be disrespected, then you will straighten those problems or you will walk away. That person will have to straighten what they're doing, or you'll walk away. Point blank, period. Okay? So you have to start loving yourself more. Put yourself first so you'll know that you don't have to have sex to get a man or to keep a man. All right? If a man walks away from you, then he's the wrong guy. All right? He's the wrong guy. That's it. Don't even worry about it. And guess what? If you haven't had sex with him, you won't worry about it. You know what makes us worry when a man walk away? Because we gave him our body. You're like, oh my God, I gave him my body. I had sex with him. Now, and you're glued. You're stuck. You feel stuck anyway. You feel like you're like, oh my God, like you're being stretched and pulled. Like, why is he doing this to me? You feel all those things because you should not have had sex in the first place. All right? So another thing, ladies, is when you are being treated in a way that you feel you don't deserve, you will walk away, because although you love them, you love you first. All right? Which is the inside flap of this pamphlet. All right? So this is what I'm going to say. No, girls, just no, girls, young women and ladies, that we are queens. Remember, it's never too late to start putting you first, to love you first. God did not intend for us to give our bodies to anyone but our husbands. Protect your purity. Your purity is your strength that God already put inside of you. Okay? So you don't have to go looking for purity. Okay? You don't have to go looking for it, and you don't have to pray for it. It's already inside of you. God already put it there. So don't unpurify yourself. Don't unpurify yourself by having sex. Okay? Because the way the world is today, sex has become, I have to say, dirty. All right? Sex has become dirty, and I have to say nasty. Because the way that people talk about sex, the way that people have sex, the way that people worship sex, that makes it dirty and nasty. Okay? Especially, what makes it that way is if you're doing it outside of marriage. Okay? Because I don't think that God intended for us to have sex before marriage. Because in my opinion, if listen, I read the Bible, okay? And in the very beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth, okay? After Adam and Eve started having children, Adam and Eve were husband and wife. When God gave Eve to Adam, he gave Eve to Adam as his wife, not as his girlfriend. Okay? And they didn't have those kids first, and then they got married. He gave Eve to Adam as his wife, and then they had children. Okay? But as they had children, and then that child was having sex with this one, and this one was having sex with that one, and then it was just going crazy. And then Cain killed Abel, or Abel, I believe, Abel killed Cain, and it just was turned into a big ruckus. And God said, Noah, go inside that ark, close the door, and I am wiping this world out, and I'm gonna start over, because everybody is going crazy. And I think it was sexually. Everybody was going crazy sexually, because people was just having sex with this one and that one and this one and that one, and some got married, some didn't. Kind of like it is right now today. But the only reason why he hasn't destroyed the world today is because he said he would never do that again. He said he would never do that again, thank God. Because if he would have done that again, I might not be here, and none of us would be here, and I wouldn't have to be having this conversation, and a lot of people wouldn't be here. All right. So I'm gonna try to wrap this video up and not make it too much longer. I will do another one after this and go a little bit more deeper into detail. But I did write some things down that explains why I say that sex is dirty. All right. God gave me these things. So listen, don't judge, because I am not here, because I am here. I am here doing the work of my Father. Okay? He gave me these reasons why sex is dirty. I didn't come up with these things. He gave me these things. I wrote them down. All right? So the first thing that he said was pornography. Pornography is out of control. Pornography is men having sex with men. Okay? Women having sex with women. Women pleasing themselves sexually without a man. Now you know God didn't intend for that. That's not the way God intended for it to be. Although the world has approved of this method of living, this way of living, it is not of God. All right? It is not of God. The second reason why sex is dirty is because married couples are out of control also. Not all of them. It may be less than half of them. But a lot of married couples are bringing outside partners in their bed that God has blessed and defiling it. They're bringing extra people in their beds, defiling the bed that God has blessed. But okay, Hebrews 13:4. God gave me the scripture. I didn't come up with it. He gave it to me, okay? Hebrews 13:4 says that marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. That's what Hebrews 13:4 says. God will judge the whoremongers and the adulterers. People having extramarital affairs, okay? Bringing outside people into your beds who is not your husband or who is not your wife, all right? And God blesses marriages and married couples, not marriages with a +1, okay? God blesses marriages, married couples, not married couples +1. No extra. No extra. Okay? People are having sex. Here's the third reason, okay? People are having sex soon after meeting. They barely know each other. Barely know each other's names. Like, people have sex and you barely know each other's names, okay? And a woman gets pregnant and have a baby from a guy she barely even knows, okay? She barely even knows or don't know. They may have just met at the club and they'll go home and have sex. That means you didn't know him, okay? So, a guy she barely knows or don't know, from a guy that she has not had the opportunity to get to know or who has taken the time to get to know her. Now the baby is in an unstable, no love, no feelings for one another environment with no foundation. This is what God gave me, okay? With no foundation. No love was in that. No feelings were in that. No stability is in that. And now a baby is here. Okay? So we have a foundation that's not built on love. Okay? Because the parents barely know each other. All right? So now the dad, he's over there. Okay? Hey, Dad. Then you have the mother. She's over here. Hi, Mom. All right? And the child is trying to learn who his or her parents are, and they don't even know each other. Ain't that something? You got the dad over here or mom over here, and the baby in the middle. And the baby is growing and learning who his dad is or her dad is. The baby is learning who her mom is or her or his mom is. But these two parents, they don't even know each other. Now they trying to learn each other at the same time the baby trying to learn them. That's no foundation. Okay? Oh, God. These are the ways that God gave me for examples of unpurified sex. Unpurified sex. Okay? So we gotta do better. So now, unfortunately, ladies, I had to learn this lesson the hard way. These lessons, just all the things that I mentioned in this pamphlet that I didn't mention in this video, which is saving my body, because my body is the temple from God. Okay? My body is the temple from God. The purpose for dating is to collect data. Dating and data goes together. The purpose for dating is to collect data so you can see if the person is a right fit for you. All right? And then over here in age 40, that we've been through so much, but we got to now teach our daughters that loving themselves is the greatest love of all. And another way to teach your daughters that is to do what? Model it. You have to model it. You have to show them that you believe in you so they can grow up to believe in them also. Okay? So that's what you have to do. And you know, sex can make things dishonorable if it's done prematurely. Now, I'm going to talk about that, but that's going to be in my next video. So I'm going to talk about having sex prematurely and just the unfortunate things of it. Okay, so just, it's no reason to have sex prematurely. If you have sex prematurely, you break the process of the steps that God put in place. Okay, so I just want to end this video with like I told these girls between the ages of 16 through 25, that they have to be the golden apple in a picture of silver. Okay? You have to be the golden apple in a picture of silver, which means you have to stand out from the crowd. Don't be like the crowd. Don't do what everybody else is doing. Be different. Be different. And be okay with being different. Be okay with saying, I want to wait. And make other people respect your decision to wait. It's for your good. And good things come to those who wait. All right. So I'm going to end on that note, ladies. And thank you for your time. I'm sorry if my video is too long, I'll talk to you guys on another video, so this one won't just continue to go on and on and on. All right. Thank you. Have a good day.